No offense, Mr. Murdy, but isn't this a little outside of your jurisdiction?
Well, I usually don't get involved with my students' personal lives, but you're one of my best. I don't want to see you ruin any chances of getting accepted into a top-flight college.
I appreciate your concern. I'm fine.
This has something to do with Nicholas Cassadine dropping out of school, doesn't it? I know that you two were very close.
I really don't feel comfortable discussing this with you.
Okay, let's just stick to schoolwork then. Starting next week, I want you to meet me after class every Tuesday for an hour until you are back on track.
I beg your pardon?
I expect to see you in my office next Tuesday, and be prepared to discuss The Catcher in the Rye in depth.
Mr. Murdy.
Not another word.
Elizabeth, what's wrong?
I just remember what he said when he grabbed me in the park. Not a word. That's what he whispered in my ear, in this really deep, gruff voice, the way you'd speak to a child who'd misbehaved. Oh, God, I've been racking my brain ever since we went back to the park. Oh, my God.
The massage will have to wait until after lunch. I can't detain my guest any longer. Well, Lucky, thank you for your patience.
Good morning, Mrs. Cassadine.
Well, Mrs. Cassadine, is it? Formality is generally a sign of obedience or flattery or a guilty conscience. I hope you weren't too bored waiting for me.
No. You wanted to see me about something, though.
Yes. I need a little information from the office of the Assistant DA, Dara Jensen.
Well, she's going to be tied up in court all day.
I didn't say I need it from her. I said I need it from her office. And what better time to pay a visit than when Miss Jensen is otherwise occupied at the prosecutor's table?
I don't know if it sounds like a visit. It sounds more like breaking and entering.
Oh, entering, certainly, but do keep the breaking to a minimum. I would prefer that Miss Jensen not know that she had a guest.
Me too. I mean, I'm not Mr. Nito, but I like to keep my police record clean.
Well, if you feel that you're not up to the task.
No, I didn't say that. I am. Unless it's a setup.
Why would it be?
Well, I don't know. A bust would really embarrass my dad. That wouldn't bother you.
Would it bother you?
I guess not. But jail. Now that would bother me.
As amusing as it might be to humiliate your father, it would be a terrible waste of a valuable resource. This assignment is of no little importance to me, Lucky. And it's not another test. And you will be rewarded for success. I'm playing for keeps. Are you?
You bet. Only I'm not playing. I'll see you at lunch.
Lucky?
What a little warning the next time you scare me to death. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing?
You're breaking into Dara Jensen's office?
Not so far.
Do you know what happened if you get caught?
I don't intend to find out, so could you just leave me alone and let me finish this?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh, fine, then just stand there.
know, this is crazy. You can go to jail for this.
I'll hang around here long enough, and so can you. What are you doing here?
I came to speak to someone about my case. What happens now?
You go back to checking on your case, and I disappear.
Oh, like, you can't just go in there like...
Liz, how are you today?
Oh, fine, thanks. Oh, wait!
Is there something I can do for you, Liz?
Yeah. I'm here about my case. Some new stuff. Can I go over it with you?
Sure.
I was gonna speak with Miss Jensen, but she's not in there. Nobody is.
She's in court, the Jones kidnapping trial.
I know. I forgot.
You know, maybe you can reschedule. A lot of women feel a lot more comfortable discussing these things with a female officer.
Well, actually, it's all kind of fresh in my mind right now, and I'm afraid if I wait, I'll lose it.
Okay, we can go to the squad room. Let me just leave a message for Dara.
No, please. This'll only take a second. Okay, can you arrest somebody if I think I heard them say what I heard that night?
Who are you talking about, Liz?
Someone I know. He said, not another word. And then all of a sudden I remember those words. Well, not those exact words, but the guy in the park right before he took his hand away from my mouth, he said not a word.
Did you recognize the voice?
Well, I'm not sure. The guy in the park sort of whispered.
Tell you what, let's get this down on paper.
Thanks a lot, Detective Garcia.
It's gotta be the world's greatest game of capture the flag.
Oh, the way I found you in front of Dare's office was more like hide and seek.
Well, now it's keep away.
Oh, that is not fair. You know you'd be on your way to Sing Sing by now if I hadn't stopped Garcia.
Hey,
You have to admit I was close to brilliant.
I don't know about that. Put you in a mood like this, though, I'd say let's break the law once a week.
Every day.
Every hour on the hour. I haven't seen you laugh like this since... Oops.
Yeah. For a moment there, I forgot about it too. Thanks.
For what? Messing up your visit with Garcia?
Oh, no, I told him what I could. Don't worry about it. You know, maybe you should start worrying about yourself a little. I know I do. A lot.
I know what I'm doing, okay?
Yeah, but I don't. Except that you're breaking the law to do it.
See, this is a good thing. The less you know, the better. I gotta go.
Lucky. I could have gotten in big trouble this morning. The least you owe me is a promise that you're gonna be okay.
Elizabeth, I'm gonna be okay. I promise.
So where are you going?
I gotta deliver this to Helena Cassadine.
You know, I still don't get why you're working for her. Is it the money? Or are you trying to get back at your father? Or...
Let me explain something to you, okay? Her family's been wrapped around mine for 20 years. I want to know whatever there is to know.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with you.
No, you're not. No observers allowed.
All right, then I'm not going anywhere until you get back.
Okay. That's fine. Just stay out of sight. See ya.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
This is interesting. Very interesting. Yes, I recognize some of the strategies that Miss Jensen performed yesterday in the courtroom. I had a good seat. This looks real enough.
You know, I could have done better if I knew what you wanted.
You did well enough.
I get you're helping Dr. Jones, but I don't get why. Except you figure he can do something for you, but what? I mean, he's all used up.
You're a clever young man, Lucky, but I didn't hire you to be clever.
Well, it worked for you today.
Indeed. And now for your next assignment. Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. Did anyone see you at the DA's office?
Nah, cops didn't even know I was in the building.
And no one followed you here?
Nobody follows me unless I want them to.
Good. Discretion is essential in matters of this sort. Lose that, and you lose it
You took a while.
She likes company. It's kind of hard making friends with people when you keep killing them off.
Did you have any problems?
No, see, you don't have problems with Helena as long as you're useful to her.
So can you tell me now what was in those papers?
Dinner. Why don't we celebrate?
Okay. What are we celebrating?
The fact that I'm still around to celebrate anything.
So you were worried.
Well, on a scale from uh-oh to yipes, yeah, I was worried.
Well, maybe you should take me along next time. Just as backup.
Well, thanks for the offer, but there won't be a next time. This was a one-shot deal. Elizabeth! Can we wait a second? Let me catch my breath.
What's the matter?
You don't even know.
No.
Ever since we left Dr. Baldwin's office, you've been a bat out of hell. I can barely keep up with you.
Guess I just need to air out my head a little.
Well, is it working?
Come on, I'll buy you some Trinity mineral water.